Hello, everybody. It's Lord Magicus. It is that time of the week again. We are here to play more Merfolk. I know we don't play Merfolk every time, but we're playing a lot of it lately because Merfolk community is still really hype about this card. Vodalian Hexcatcher. We've seen it in Legacy, and I think this card is a good addition to the Legacy list. And I am positive that it is a very good addition to the Modern list, too. So we are going to play it in Modern here. There's a bunch of different shells that you can try to play this in. There's a Sea and Sky shell. There's one with like Brineborn Cutthroat, where you can play almost like Merfolk Flash. Yeah, and there's like traditional Merfolk. So like you have a lot of options for how you want to play with Hexcatcher. But no matter what you're doing, Hexcatcher is just an amazing card, and I think we're very glad to have it. So it's time to test it in Modern. So here we go. We put together a pretty aggressive shell. So one of the cool things in Modern, similar to how we have Wasteland in our mana base and Legacy, Hexcatcher means that along with Silvergill Adept here, it puts less pressure on our blue mana for turn 2. So it's easier to keep a hand that's like Island plus Mutavault as long as you have some like Silvergills or Hexcatchers to play off of it. Um, yeah, and that one colorless, it makes Mutavault way less painful in the mana base. I still don't know that I want to play 4 of them, but I think that 3 is fine. This gives us 17 blue sources to cast Merfolk with, and I think it's reasonable. Since I am playing Counterspell in my 75, I want to make sure I have double blue mana available. So means Cavern of Souls and Mutavault are not helping to cast it. That only gives us 15 blue sources for that. I think 14 is the absolute minimum, but I still prefer to be closer to 16. So sort of a compromise here. We're gonna go on 15 and just hope that's fine. It should be. I mean, usually you don't need Counterspell right away, but you do want it at some point to double spell. So there might come a turn where you want to play like Hexcatcher plus Counterspell or something like that. So having double blue is important. That's why I don't want to play all 4 Mutavaults, because I feel like it hurts our ability to play this card. If you're not playing stuff like Counterspell, then you can get away with this, but I'm choosing to play with this card, so that's why we're like this. I mean, overall, let's look at her shell here. We are playing. I'm gonna play Rishadan Dockhand here. There's a few different some suggestions are to play like Curse Catcher or Benthic Biomancer, which are definitely fine. I'm going to try Rishadan Dockhand just because I don't want to have more 1 toughness creatures against a lot of decks that are playing like Wrenn and 6. So Dockhand is a little bit less painful against that. It can help combo with Hexcatcher in certain matchups, where if you tap down a land in the upkeep, then Hexcatcher can counter like a Planeswalker easier in the main step, or in the main phase. So together they have a little bit of synergy. Helps. And then, playing all 12 lords here, so we're going to have much power. Similar to how the Simic list worked, having 12 lords means you have a much greater chance of top decking a lord when you need it, because now literally 20% of your deck is just a lord, so 1 out of 5 is better than just having only 8 by far. And yeah, the other thing is we're gonna play with Vapor Snag as well. I want to try this. I don't know exactly what the best plan for Murktide is, but I feel like Vapor Snag should be good against them. I mean, the other option would be like something like Fading Hope, which instead of losing 1 life, they would use Scry 1 instead. So definitely an option, but I want to try to be super aggressive. So we're gonna play Vapor Snag because uh, it does give you the ability to like burn the opponent with spells. So like sometimes they can go to 2 or 1 life because they feel like you can't attack them and kill them, and then they find out that, oh yeah, Vapor Snag just like wins the game. So it definitely messes with the math a little bit more. Sometimes you might, if you Vapor Snag your own like Silvergill Adept or something, for instance, you lose a life, but it's usually not that big a deal for us to lose 1 life if we have to snag our own stuff. But I think it's much more valuable to have a spell that can hurt our opponent I mean, scrying is definitely fine. You could probably play whichever either one you want. So I am choosing this because I want to be as aggressive as possible. So we'll see how this goes. And then other than that, I'm keeping the forces in the main deck because I don't think that subtlety is necessarily something that I always want in the main. There definitely are matches for it. Like if we're up against a Primeval Titan deck, I really want subtlety, and if we're up against like a control deck with like lots of planeswalkers, I probably want subtlety. But I don't want to cast subtlety in like turn one. I don't want to like as much as it's possible to subtlety or Ragavan. It does not feel good to do that. So I don't know. I think I'd rather just bring in subtlety for the matches where I know it's going to be good. And then for everything else, I'll just keep Force. Because Force is almost never dead against any of the decks that are in Modern. So it can usually counter something. And it's something that matters. So we have not started yet. We're going over our deck list first. So our stream has just started. So we are starting to see people show up in the chat. I don't know if we're going to 5-0, but we're going to try. So that's the plan. So, yeah. But overall, like, I like this. It's a very low to the ground deck, and I'm hoping that this will do well here. I'm not sure if Vapor Snag is what we need in this slot, but I'm willing to try it because I want something that's going to help against Murktide because it's like the most played deck in the format. It has been for the past 2 months. So I need to have a card that's not going to be really bad against them. Like, I don't want to have Dismember where you go like, okay, I Dismember Ragavan and they Force of Negate it. And it's like, oh god, now I've just lost 4 life and they still have Ragavan. That is not how you need that to go. So, whereas like Vapor Snag is, I think, a little bit better, especially against like Murktide region. If you can Vapor Snag that, like, that is fantastic. So I'm hoping that Snag is going to do what we need. And yeah, Dockhand doesn't necessarily need to be this creature. Like, if we find out that creativity is a huge problem, then we can also maybe consider something like Mistcaller. Like, that's still an option, and it's a 1-drop that, keeps us on curve here. So we actually have a lot of ones here, 13 things we can do on turn 1. It's not bad. And the 1-drops get better with Hexcatcher, so I think this is fine. Sideboard is just a bunch of stuff we typically play. Counterspell is just the more broad thing. Like, if I bring this in, like, it can counter stuff like Fury and it can counter Solitude, whereas Force of Negation is basically useless against those things. So I would rather have a Counterspell when I need it. And you need to have some interaction for the creatures. So I have Dismembers and have Counterspells and even like Vapor Snags. So that's fine. I don't know that Dockhand is going to matter a whole lot, but I'm just, at the moment, I'm playing it mostly just because it's a creature that I can play in turn 1 that I know on the draw Wrenn and 6 is not going to just kill it in turn 2. So that's the hope here right now. So let me see here. So yeah, this is what our sideboard looks like, and like I said, it's just mostly stuff we've played before. See, we have Seas to bring in against like Urza Saga. We have Hurkyl's Recall to bring in against the Affinity decks and the Hammer Time decks. And I guess we probably want this against Tron as well, because it'll bounce like Wormcoil Engine and Ensnaring Bridge. And it's just mostly cards that we want, like an extra Vapor Snag to bring in against the creature deck. So if we're in a race, then Snag should be pretty good. All right. I think we're just about good to go here. So there we go. All right, so that's there. Now let me get into a league, and we'll see how this goes. It's been a while since I played Modern. It's been a couple weeks. And at some point, we're going to have to try the Sea and Sky deck that has Hexcatcher in it, because that looks really interesting, too. It's like a combination of Merfolk and Fairies, which I think is very flavorful, in that it literally is both like the sea creatures and the sky creatures, so neat. All right, there we go. We are on the play. Excellent. And we're up against a 60 card deck. This hand looks fucking fantastic. We're gonna keep it. We have Aether Vial. We have Hexcatcher. We have like a bajillion lords, so we have Cavern of Souls. This will be fine. Just hope we're not up against like Scam or something. Be rough. Now, it looks like this is probably Murktide. Okay. And if it's Murktide, then it probably gives me good reason to not play Hexcatcher right now. Because chances are, if it's Murktide, they're going to Expressive Iteration on their turn to try to find a land. And I think I'm willing to trade a Hexcatcher with an Iteration. Let's see. Maybe not. Okay, so this... Maybe this is Creativity, which means Hexcatcher's still fine against that too. Yeah, they got 2 mountains in a row here, so this makes it... I am definitely going to fucking Hexcatcher the shit out of this. We will not be doing this. No, them getting the fetch lands back is what ensures that they can curve out to like win the game, so we're not giving them that. You want to get to 4 mana, you got to work for it like everybody else. That's actually not bad. Merfolk. So we can play Hexcatcher and Lord of Atlantis in their turn. Okay, Mountain. What are you going to do? Ren in 6. Fuck. Alright. Well, they already played a land here, so they can pay 1. I'd have to sacrifice 2 creatures, and they can't kill any of my stuff. So I guess I'm letting this one resolve. And I'll probably just attack and kill it. Play the Hexcatcher first, so that way when I vial something in, they can't Lightning Bolt and kill my Lord here, because I can just sacrifice the Dockhand. And we'll leave this on 2. Fucking great. Okay. See if they want to do something. Can we just like kill the opponent right now? So what we have what 11 here? Fuck, that's really tempting. Like I feel like they're basically dead. All right. I have to attack. So I guess attack them. I think I'm gonna do it like this just in case they have a lightning bolt. Okay. I mean, I don't think there's any possible way that they can win here, but like I could have got 1 extra damage in them, but I don't think that it matters. Like they're not gonna resolve a spell here, so nothing they play is like gonna matter. Yeah, we just played 4 lords in 1. Look at that, fantastic. This definitely looks like creativity, so Counterspell looks good. What is not particularly good against them? I mean, most of the cards are fine. Vapor Snag is definitely okay because we can use it to bounce whatever they're targeting with creativity. Like Tideshaper never dies to Ren in 6, neither does Dockhand, and Dockhand actually slows them down a fair bit. I mean, yeah, it's actually really difficult. We definitely need to keep Force. I kind of think that Svyelun might be the thing that goes. Maybe Trickster, actually. Trickster, and it's really hard because, like, we really want to have stuff to play at flash speed, so. But this is like a combo deck that is going to kill you out of nowhere, but they also act as sort of a control deck, so the other question is, do we want another Vapor Snag and do we want subtleties? Like, some amount of Vapor Snags is not bad. Not necessarily, and this is another reason that I want to keep Vapor Snag, I think. If they get like Sarah's Emissary, you cannot Merfolk Trickster that thing. However, you can Vapor Snag that thing, so they will no longer have... So, like, you can get an attack in and then snag it after they choose to not block, or you have Island Walk, and then they just die. But I think that most of the time it's going to be Archon, and, like, that's going to be hard no matter what. So, I mean, I kind of think that Subtlety's the way to go. Oh, but, like, this only deals with, like, the Planeswalkers. I don't know, it's... maybe a Subtlety is, like, 2 copies are better than the 2 Svyelun's. There is an Emrakul in the deck as well. And I believe it has protection from instants. They're not... Subtlety doesn't interact with... Oh, they do have Teferi Time Raveler, so that's worth noting. Alright. So, maybe I will bring in a third one of these. Alright. This is fine. I think we'll try it like this. I mean, this should be a fairly good matchup for us. So we have lots of good cards. Like, this is fine. We have Look at this. We have Counterspell. We have all the mana for it. We have things to play, so... But, like, they might play, like, Teferi Time Raveler to protect themselves from, from getting countered, so... And as much as I don't like it, I don't know, if they play Wrenn and 6, that's going to be difficult to... I think that if they play Wrenn and 6, I'm still supposed to force it. Because letting them just get fetch lands over and over is just not good. I think they're going for it, so... Oh, fire? Okay, cool. You deal. Alright, that's like the... That is fantastic. You shocked yourself for that. I'm fine with this. Oh, this is good too. I think here we're just holding Lord back. We can just play Trickster. You can sometimes use like Tide Shaper to keep them off of stuff like Triple Red, but I don't generally rely on that plan. Are they playing like fucking Valakut here? Is that what's going on? That's definitely possible. So I'm happy I had Counterspell for that. Think that we're playing Silvergill Adept. I'll show them Lord of Atlantis. Okay, and then just pass. I don't like letting them do an iteration, but it's not worth forcing it. Well, the thing is, this is one of the things, like Tide Shaper, even just playing it here, it's almost always going to be a 2/2 because they give us Island Walk a lot, so... No, this we have to force. Sad to say, I do have to force it. I'll get rid of Trickster. Okay, I mean, this is also sort of fine. And this one we can actually kick, so... No, we do have to be careful. There's some possibility they have something like Anger of the Gods. But I'm pretty sure right now I need to just take my chances. The Triome, I guess, hurts them the most. We're running out of stuff, so we need them just not to, like, do something dumb this turn. I don't know if they have, like, anger here, but they definitely could. And I don't see people play it often, but those are cards to keep in mind, because you never know. Even something like Pyroclasm could be really bad. Okay, if they're just double iterationing, that's probably good news for us. It means, at best, they probably have Lightning Bolt for the Lord of Atlantis, which means they'll still take 4 damage. And we do have Otawara then, which I think will be helpful. Okay, I mean, yeah, this is probably getting bolted, I would assume. I could just find out if they have it right now. But I guess I'm just attacking anyway and seeing what they do. They go to 2? Okay. They did not use the Misty Rainforest yet, so that's interesting. Okay, well, I don't need to play the Tide Shaper right now, so I'm not going to. They're at 2, so they have to kill all of my creatures. Okay, there's Valakut. Dress down? Okay. So I don't know what their plan is here. They just gave up. They played dress. Okay, maybe they were playing dress down, looking for Anger of the Gods. Okay, so yeah, it looks like they were playing the control version of the Escape Shift deck. All right. So yeah, they do get to play 4 colors with this. Yeah, the Dryad kind of gave it away. It looked sort of like in game 1, like maybe they were gonna play creativity, but I don't know. The Triome probably was a stronger indication that they were playing the Valakut, but you never know because a lot of these decks are like playing 4 or 5 colors anyway, and they like are if they're all just like piles of like blue red and then splashing other colors for like expressive iteration, then plus whatever their game plan is. But whatever, we got there. Like I think in general that match should be fine. We have counter spells that like really work against them. The Subtlety is good against like Primeval Titans if we ever see those. Yeah, and they give us Island Walk for no apparent reason, so it also looks like maybe having like 2 Vapor Snags was not a terrible idea in case they ever go for like Escape Shift with a Dryad out, so yeah, that's one of the reasons like I like to keep stuff like that. I'm gonna say otherwise that it might be a decent sideboard cut since they have islands. Yeah, this is the thing though. Like Tide Shaper is like it's a 2/2 against a lot of these decks, so it's a clock to like really. For 1 mana, we put a 2/2 in play. That's usually very good against these sort of decks. It means that we can start pressuring them. Having something on 1 is good in case they're playing something dumb like Ragavan that we need to block. Yeah, and it's really being no, do not restart my computer in the middle of my fucking stream computer. Like what the hell? No, Windows, no. So there definitely are times where you will cut Tide Shaper, but I against like the blue decks I like keeping it. So this hand seems fine. It's not perfect by any means, but we can cast all the stuff, so we can keep it. We're up against a Yorion deck. You regained your hope for Fish in Modern. Before, it said it's not a good environment for it. Well, I said that we needed something to give us a shot, and Hexcatcher definitely qualifies as something. I don't know if Merfolk is still good in Modern or if it's bad, but I think at least it's not stupid to play it. That's the difference. So, like, we were lower to the ground. Okay, that was a great draw here. I'm definitely going to play that. Hexcatcher interacts against a lot of these decks, which is great, and it's also helps us keep up the aggro plan a lot better, being an extra lord, so that's great too. So yeah, I feel like Merfolk is in a more realistic position to actually do something. Prismatic Ending, okay. Are we up against like fucking Death and Taxes or something? What the hell is this? They're playing Yorion, and then they're like Temple Guard and Snow Covered. Alright. There is like no possibility that... I mean, I guess that it's theoretically possible that they play like Hollowed Fountain to Fairy or something, that I would want 2 creatures here. Maybe in case they like bounce Silvergill, I could kill it. Alright, we'll play it. But like, there's like no chance that we're attacking with this thing next turn, so I will show them a Svyelun because we're almost definitely playing that anyway. So, yeah, so, I mean, it's still possible that, you know, stuff like Fury and Solitude just makes it too hard for us, but we'll see. I feel like it's worth at least retesting that premise, so. And Contra is here for the 5-0, so that's how we know we are in luck here. So the 2 Mishra's Baubles. Prismatic Ending? Okay, sure. Like, I don't really care it. Did they not find... They didn't find another land! Oh, God. They're on 4 here? What the fuck happened? What are they started with 7 cards. Okay, so they're on 5 cards right now. Yeah, I guess I'm playing this Minamo, and I'm playing this Svyelun. Okay. Deal. Like, it does really... I don't know what this is. Like, I don't know what deck is playing, like, Temple Garden and Mishra's Bauble alongside Prismatic Ending with Yorion. Solitude? Okay, so this is... Oh, is this, like, Elementals? Or... No, but I guess it could be. They're evoking it and getting rid of Solitude here. Or, I mean, getting rid of this. Does this mean they didn't find another land? Because they showed us Omnath, so we know that they're 4 colors now. Okay, well, I hope that you brought a friend. Yeah, I hope you brought another one. I don't think I play this Tide Shaper right now because maybe, you know what, now that I reconsider this, maybe I was supposed to Tide Shaper this Temple Garden. Alright, well, we're going to have another chance at this anyway. Okay. Let's take away their green mana so they can't, like, find Wrenn and 6 or something. They're clearly just mana screwed or something. Okay. Pretty sure I just play Master the Pearl Trident. There's not really a reason not to. Attack with Svyelun. I think we were going to win here, but this looks like we're up against like a 4-color deck, but I don't know why they're playing Mishra's Bauble. Okay, well, this game is over. Like, they have no fucking hope of coming back now. It seems incredibly unlikely to me. Like, we have a ton of power in the board. We have Force of Negation in our hand. Like, they're mana screwed. I am expecting that within the next turn or two... Yeah, here we go. They conceded. Alright. Showing us Omnath, I think, was probably a mistake. I don't think I would have told me this, because, to be honest, if they hadn't showed me this, there's a very strong possibility I might have considered this as, like, a green-white taxes deck or something. But now we know that they have Omnath. Now I think we need to have this Dismember here. And probably, like... I'm guessing Vapor Snag is... Well, they might have Ephemerates, but, you know, that's bad no matter what. I think Counterspell, probably. I don't think Tide Shaper is going to be terribly good against this deck either. They are 4 colors, but I don't know. With yeah, I'm suspecting they don't play like a lot of blue stuff. And I'm also expecting they play like Wrenn and 6. Subtlety definitely seems like it could come in here too. The only problem is I don't know what I'm taking out for Subtlety. Maybe like Force of Negation, because I can take out one of these, like... I guess I could take out the Tide Shapers, but it's... Or the Tricksters to be... Like, Trickster's not terrible to take out either. Could leave Force in. I'm assuming that they're going to have stuff like Ephemerate in this deck, so... It's gonna be rough. Which means they probably do have things like Teferi as well. I probably do need to counter it. I don't know. Overall, it's just going to be... I think it's going to be hard no matter what we do. I have to cut 3 more cards. I do think that because of both Omnath and Yorion that we want the 2 Dismembers, but other than that, not strongly in love with any of these cards in particular. I'm going to draw. Alright, I'm going to take out Trickster. I suspect that if they fetch here, they'll probably get a Triome and give us Island Walk. I don't think our list is bad against them, but that also really depends. Like, if they have draws where they just end up, you know, evoking Solitude and then ephemerating it and just clearing our board like that, that can be absolutely nut-crushing, so... They have extremely powerful draws, and, this hand's okay. I will keep this. Alright. And I might not play the Silvergill right away. I may need to keep this in case they try to play Wrenn and 6. So there's the breeding pool. So look, I knew that they were going to do this shit. Abundant growth. Okay, yeah, we knew this was going to happen. So the thing is, if they play Wrenn and 6, I do not want to have to Subtlety that thing. I really would like to Hexcatch it. It definitely makes it a lot more viable to not do this right away. I guess I just play Islands and... Oh, you know what? No, I'm not going to be able to anyway, because, never mind. I'm on the draw here. Duh, they're going to get to 2 mana, so, now I'm going to have to use Subtlety for this fucker. Alright. I don't have a choice. Yikes. Which means I probably have to Subtlety pitch this, and then hope that they don't have a 3rd land, and that Hexcatcher can deal with it. I think that's what's happening. I don't want them having Wrenn and 6. Oh, they don't have it. Okay, excellent. I can live with this. This helps a lot, actually. Okay. So now, knowing that, might actually be worth playing Silvergill here. Can reveal Svyelun, and I still have Subtlety up in case they try to play Teferi. Okay. Changes my plan a little bit. Okay, that's good. Now I'm much more interested in pitching this than Svyelun. I mean, they also just might Lightning Bolt this, or Unholy Heat, sure, that's fine. Usually, if the opponent's using 1-for-1 removal on Silvergill Adept, that's a good thing. Okay, this Teferi. I feel like this is Teferi. It is fucking Teferi Time Raveler. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, you know what else is really dumb too? Okay, so here's a cool thing. Like, if you have Subtlety, you can actually Vapor Snag it back to your hand after evoking it. So instead of like having to sacrifice the subtlety, you can actually just basically pitch the Vapor Snag. Okay, that's fine actually, because I mean, I can just pitch the Hexcatcher to this thing. I'm not like super thrilled about having to do that, but it's better than the alternative of not doing anything. All right, we have to play Svyelun here though. Okay. All your homies should hate Teferi because he's like the worst card that exists in Magic, and I know that in the year of our our Lord Svyelun, 2022, that is a ridiculous statement to make, but I really do believe that. I hate Teferi so much. I am here to play Magic cards, not fucking Hearthstone. What did I just say? No. I am not gonna let you have the Wombo combo of Teferi plus Urion. That's not happening. Or even Teferi just bouncing Abundant Growth and then drawing like 2 cards off of this. Not doing that. Fuck that. Okay, so they just get basic land here, so they go to 5. So we might have to worry about something like Solitude. Alright. I think here I want to play Waterlogged Grove and crack it. No, I don't know. Like this is we're definitely gonna play the Grove, but the thing is I don't know if I crack this or not. If I'm wondering about drawing like Counterspell, you know what? No, okay. Here, no, we're gonna attack with Svyelun, and I think that we're supposed to attack with Mutavault. The shields are down. Like they can evoke to get rid of Svyelun here, but they can't get rid of like if they get rid of Mutavault, I don't think I actually care that much. They could theoretically evoke and get rid of Svyelun, but let's see if we can get our card off of it at least. They can't block it, so okay, that's not the worst. All right. I guess I'm just going to play Aether Vial. Have to get the Vial out now before, like, Teferi comes back, and if they draw, like, another one, I want to have this up so I can still do stuff at flash speed at some point in the future. Not doing too bad, though. They can play Omnath, right? They have the mana for that, so... But they can also play a Solitude here, which looks like it's kind of happened. Fury, that's actually not much better. Alright, so that just basically just kills Svyelun. I mean, it could be worse, I guess. Like, Vapor Snag right now would actually be fucking great if we could just snag our own Svyelun. Sadly, we do not have one in hand. And unless we draw a Lord, this Mutavault is not getting in there either. Alright, come on, deck. Give me something. Give me something good. I need something to help me race this Fury. Now, we're in a lot of danger if they have, like, Solitude as their last card and a white card. Fuck me. Alright, alright, let's draw a card with the Grove. Just drawing another, that's actually not bad. Alright, we'll play Merfolk. And I guess... Well, we need to keep Cavern up. I'm going to play the other Aether Vial, I think. The question... Like, I'm not obviously not attacking, but I do want this Hexcatcher so I can flash it in. So I guess I just play Aether Vial off the Mutavault. I don't think that I represent anything that they are concerned with by tapping Minamo instead of Mutavault, so keeping Minamo untapped probably scares them a little bit more. That would be my guess. That's not good. Good old 2 mana, draw 2. Well, it's actually 2 mana, like scry 3, draw 2. It's insane. I honestly don't. This card probably does not belong in both Modern and Legacy at this point. Like, it is just absurd. This is like not quite as bad as Dig Through Time, but like it's not really far off either. Ice Fang Coatl? Okay. Fuck. Alright. Yeah, you have a run in 6. I can't do anything about that. Which means they get back Wooded Foothills, and then they're going to play Ice Fang Coatl. Alright. So we know we know they have Ice Fang, so we don't have to be concerned about an Evoke Elemental here. Alright. Okay. So if we have Island Walk, that would be great. Actually, no, that's not true, because they just drew another card off of this thing. Oh, yeah, that's what they revealed. So, yeah, they could theoretically still have Solitude, and we don't know about it. No attacks. They're actually afraid, and they should be afraid. Alright. If that means they probably don't have it, because they left this thing back on defense, so... Alright. This would be an excellent turn to pick up, like, Lord of Atlantis. Fire Design, yeah, you're right. This is the world we live in. Vodalian Hexcatcher is, Vodalian Hexcatcher is not quite Fire Design, but it's like close at least. It's not. Oh God! All right. Guess we play that, and sadly we have to just pass. This one is slipping out of our reach here. This does make it look a lot better. The case is a lot stronger for Subtlety though, because now we know they're playing like Fury as well, and it looks like they're just playing like generic like 4-color control. Which means they have like tons of planeswalkers and expensive creatures that they want to actually cast, so nailing anything where they actually tap out for mana is, yeah, that's... I was really hoping that we could turn this game around by drawing a Lord, but sadly we didn't, so like we're basically just dead now. Drawing a land there was just death, so... I don't think I could like if I didn't draw it, like, yeah, I think that's enough. I've seen enough here. We are not coming back from this. We don't have the board state for it. Alright, well, I do feel good about Subtlety here. Knowing that they do have Ice Fang Coatl, does that change anything? Honestly, I don't know how much I really... Like, maybe I can cut, like, a Svyelun. I don't know. There's not a whole lot that I feel like I can change. I have to keep most of the stuff. I do generally like having Merfolk Trickster against Ice Fang Coatl. This card helps usually a lot. Yeah, it is. Yeah, the Hexcatcher being a 1/1, it does hurt. I agree. It's not great. So, like, this is another reason, like I said, I want to play Dockhand, because that 2 toughness actually matters way more than you would think. I don't think that I can cut Silvergill. I kind of want to, but I can't. Like, I need, like, all of these cards. I really want to have the Trickster in here, but I just don't know what we could take out for it. I can take out like one of these and just bring in like one Tide Shaper or something, just to be a little bit more aggressive on the play. I guess I'm gonna try that. Alright. Not over yet. We got this. Let's go. With the right hand, we can beat this deck. I'm confident. With the wrong hand, we will get destroyed. that is just how, that's how it is. I think this hand is fine. We have Vial. You know what? Yeah, this is okay because we can play Tide Shaper and we have Lord of Atlantis. Like, okay, we're keeping 7. Like, double Vial's not amazing, but it's okay. All right, they choose to keep 7. We do have an interesting choice as to whether to play Lord of Atlantis or it's Silvergill after this Tide Shaper. So it's going to depend upon what we draw next, but I really don't like following up like Tide Shaper into Silvergill if I don't have to. Because I don't want them to ping the Silvergill, and they probably aren't going to give us an island here, so it makes me more inclined to play the Lord because it doesn't die to the Wrenn and 6. Probably Dockhand would be great. I think I just play the Lord. And I will Vial Tide Shaper in. So I can always Vial in the Silvergill Adept. Okay. So this definitely looks like they have Ice Fang to me. Hmm. We have an interesting choice here because if I Vial in Silvergill, then I might not be able to cast this one. If I cast this one, if I draw like say Counterspell, I might not be able to actually use it. I think that's just the risk we have to take here. They just Counterspell this, I guess it's... Okay, they just use Counterspell. So we can attack with the Lord of Atlantis now. Cool. Maybe they were considering Solitude. I will play this Vial just in case something bad happens to the other one. But end of turn, I will just Vial in Silvergill and hope that's fine. This is the plan. We're trying to be more aggressive. Yeah, Wrenn and 6 can't kill either one of these things here. And I don't have to put this in play until end step. So even if they put it in play this turn, wouldn't matter. And I will probably try to tick one of these vials up to 4, just in case we draw Subtlety. There's a very strong argument to do that. If they play Teferi, it's actually not that impressive either. They might Prismatic Ending, my lord. Okay, Teferi, sure. Like, I don't care what you bounce here, it doesn't really make a difference. Even if you, like, tick Teferi up, that still really doesn't matter. Sure. Again, they might have Solitude, so I probably need to attack Teferi with both of these dummies. Just to be safe. Because if I don't, then Teferi's going to live. I am not going to tick that one up yet, but I will tick this one up. That's fine. Alright. Yeah, I think just in case of Solitude, both of these have to go in this direction, so... I mean, the fact that they're, like, delaying on so many of these, like, really makes me feel like they probably have it, and they're just sandbagging it right now. But I want my Force of Negation to be a card next turn, so the only way that happens is if this fucker dies here. And at least now if they try to, like, untap and then Solitude and Ephemerate it, I can at least Force of Negate the Ephemerate. And I just have to hope they don't have, like, Mystical Dispute. Or they could play Omnath here. That's also possible. I did Siding Counterspell, right? So here it is probably correct to Vial and Silvergill and see if we draw it. Alright, nope. Yeah, okay, you have an Omnath. Well, Island Walk, like, this gives us a strong chance of, like, killing them, but... See, now, again, we still have the problem where if they have Solitude, we're in trouble. We need to draw, like, an Island Walk Lord. I'm going to tick this up, and I'm going to tick this up. That's not the worst. Okay, so what happens here? They have Solitude. They will exile this. They'll just block this and take 6. It's not really good. But I don't really have an alternative here. I kind of just have to attack them and just see what happens. Alright. Okay, well, they didn't block, so... Okay, are you dead? We got him! Alright, they didn't have it the whole time. Alright, excellent. We just fucking got there. Look at that. Hexcatcher off the top wins us the game. Beautiful. Beautiful. I think, yeah, that was a position where, like, there was a very strong possibility that they had it there, but we just kind of had to take the chance. So I think that was the correct line, and it ended up working out for us, so it's good. Sometimes you have to gamble, all right? That's how it goes, and this time our gamble paid off. Because realistically, if they untap with Omnath and play like a fetch land, then they have like 1,000,000 mana, they gain life back, and then our chances of killing them go far out of reach. So, yeah, I was reasonably fine with that. I mean, Silvergill could have drew us either Counterspell or a Dismember. I think I would have been happy with either one. But, yeah, it's a good start to this league. And Hexcatcher is definitely proving that it's actually good in the deck, so... Even just as an extra Lord, it's fine. But the fact that it can randomly counter, like, Planeswalkers and stuff is icing on the cake. I think it's made, like, certain matches, like Living End, are a lot better for us than they were before. Okay, it's a little bit awkward. I don't actually know if we keep this, because, like, this is the fucking thing I'm talking about with Mutavault. Like, this card is so... Right, we're on the draw here, but if we don't draw another blue land, we're just going to lose this game. Like, I think that we're mulliganing this because we can't actually cast stuff. Oh, this is definitely way better. Alright, we're going to keep this, and... I don't know what we're up against yet, but... Probably get rid of Otawara. We might need to use this Grove to draw cards at some point. Memnite. Okay, we're up against Hammer Time. This hand is, like, okay, but not great. Fucking Colossus Hammer, huh? Let's not do that, please. That probably means they have, like, Pure Steel Paladin in hand, and, we definitely are not defeating that. Urza Saga. Alright, this would be a good turn to draw Tideshaper. Alright, I wish I had a Counterspell. They had to have just drawn this, right? There's no way they would play Hammer first if they had the fucking Sigarda's Aid first. That's not bad. Okay. Let's play the Grove. There's a possibility that we might play Trickster. But this is a match where I think Vapor Snag is good. because it can effectively counter like Sigarda's Aid, like flashing in something and equipping it. Or if they, yeah, like if they were to make a token with this, then Trickster can kill it. So I'm not likely to make a huge. Oh god, they have two of these fuckers. All right, all right. Nothing. Okay, sure. Mutavault. I think no. We're definitely playing the island here and just passing. We don't have a lot, but we have to preserve what we have to work with. Okay. So they're probably going to get Shadow Spear would be my guess. Oh no, they just get a hammer. Okay, that's fine. Which means we have to Vapor Snag this thing, but that's okay. I'm fine with doing that. Another Sigarda's Aid, that is pointless. It doesn't do anything. They're tapped out. This doesn't matter. Kill that. You know what? Maybe maybe I was supposed to kill the other construct and then block that one. I could have traded Trickster with it. I didn't think about it. Hexcatcher's okay. Alright. See if they want to trade here. I don't think they're going to. Do it! Do it! Life is good. Excellent! Look, our plan is working out perfectly. My opponent LOL'd in the chat here. I guess if they have another hammer, we're probably just dead, so... Yeah, okay, like, what are we gonna do? So, I don't have another thing for this. Like, this is too much here. Oh, it loses flying, though. Okay, so I can block it at least. Alright. Alright, so the game's not over yet. Alright. Oh, no, never mind. They had the extra mana to activate it. Alright, that'll do it. No, that has flying. I can't deal with it. Well, this is definitely a match where I want Vapor Snag, for sure. And I think I need Dismember and Spreading Seas. The rest of these cards, like, this is not a match where I really want Svyelun that much. I think Dockhand is actually really good in this match because we can turn off, we can, like, turn off their lands before in their upkeep. And yeah, we definitely want Hurkyl's Recall. Good call. There's this card's in my sideboard for a reason. Thank you. Yeah, we're doing that. And I don't like Tide Shaper definitely needs to stay in here too. I guess the card that probably comes out is like Silvergill Adept. I don't think that we need that many Silvergills. This is not a very long match. Like, you either have to win quickly or they like the game has to end very fast because they're gonna try to combo kill you. I don't really want to be grinding this match out. I just want to have like a bunch of lords and things that interact with their board. I got to keep Force of Negation because I really need to counter like Sigarda's Aid. Maybe Counterspell is like better than Silvergill, but I don't know. This hand seems fine. We have a bajillion interactive spells, so should be able to slow them down significantly. We just have to draw a little bit of beef to back it up. Alright, but all these cards seem fine. They're never going to be able to like go for alpha attacks or anything, so... We have an answer to Pure Steel Paladin in case they play it, or like Stoneforge getting Cauldron Complete. Actually, Vapor Snag works against all those things too, so... Yeah, this is... I kind of wish that I had at least one more Merfolk here, but like we have enough stuff that this is not an embarrassing hand to keep. I don't think that I would I don't think this match is necessarily good, but we do have a lot of tools to fight it, so yeah, okay. I'm not doing anything with that now. I don't believe that there's any way they can kill me this turn, so I will pay the 1 for this. I got, like, it's possible, but I don't feel like I need to, I'm not gonna live in fear. Okay, Springleaf Drum, that's fine. There's a Saga. Okay. I just don't want them drawing cards. They're getting Cauldron Complete, so like I'm not scared of that at all. Okay. They're just gonna put it in play, and I'm just gonna like Vapor Snag it. I don't really want to bounce it while Stoneforge is in play, but we might at some point have to. I guess they are going to get to draw at least one card. Well, they're just not going to do it right now. Okay, that's smart. I guess let's see what they do here. Like, I don't have to really worry too much, because, like, I do have interaction. The only thing that sucks is I'm going to give them cards, and I'm not really thrilled about that, so. We might be getting into Hurkyl's recall territory. You're going to get Shadow Spear? Okay. Springleaf Drum, okay. That doesn't do anything. I'm assuming they're going to tap out for the Shadow Spear. So we know they have Cauldron Complete in their hand, and, okay, they're going to put the Cauldron Complete in play. They're going to, unfortunately, get to draw 2 cards, but what are you going to do? I guess we just have to send them back to the Stone Age. I probably need to dismember Stoneforge so they don't put the Cauldron back into play. Now they have 9 cards in hand, so they have to discard 2. So giving them 2 extra cards, like, wasn't that big a deal because now they have to lose 2 anyway. So they're picking what they have to discard here. They discarded Sentinel and Springleaf. I agree with that decision. I do have to kill this leg right now. Let's get this Vial in play. Like, there's nothing they can put into play this turn that I need to be worried about Vapor Snagging. Okay, sure. I mean, sure. We have Snag for Cauldron, so it doesn't matter that much. Oh, they're getting Colossus Hammer this time. Yeah, that's fine. I don't have any more 3-drops in my deck, do I? Sided them out. That's actually pretty good. So yeah, I'm not that concerned right now. With double Snag here, like I am in a pretty good spot. It looks like we're probably going to game 3. So I don't think they can like realistically kill me this turn. And they probably are not surviving next turn. If they're tapping that for mana, that's interesting. I don't know what they think they're going to do. Maybe they're going to try to go for like Cauldron Complete plus the what do you call it? The Shadow Spear. Do they think they can accomplish that this turn if they play? So what's it? Maybe play land, so have 4 mana, 5. You need 2 for that. Yeah, they could. They don't. Yeah, they could reasonably cast, equip it. Like that could be their plan. But if that's what they go for, they just die. So yeah. Well, Hurkyl's Recall is like ridiculously stupid against this deck. Path to Exile. How much do I care about this? Like, I could just Vapor Snag this thing back to my hand right now. What do I need the mana for? I'm not afraid. Like, I have a Snag for their Germ token, even if I bring this back to my hand. Like, sure, maybe they'll draw a card off of Sentinel, but I don't think that's going to matter. Like, once they use Stoneforge to put the Cauldron back into play, like, it's not going to matter. So I think... I'm pretty sure I want the Hexcatcher because I will take Vial up and then just Vial this in again next turn. I'm gonna protect the Hexcatcher. And I will pay for the Sentinel with the Mutavault here, so... I think the thing is they want this to be out of play at the moment so they can try to go for their line. I'm willing to take 1 from this. Alright, opponent, what are you going to do? Like, if all they do is attack me for 5, I might not even use the Snag on it, to be honest. March of Otherworldly Light. Okay, see... I think that one's going to resolve. Yeah. I need to keep this for the Cauldron. Okay, look, see, they have fucking everything right now. Okay, Sure, you have a Shadow Spear. I need to draw more creatures. They had so much. They had 3 removal spells this turn. That was insane. Okay. Well, they're on 2 cards, and we know what one of them is at least. So, I don't know if we know what the other one is. No. It's not bad. So I think what are we doing here? I think we're just putting like both of these lords in play and attacking with Mutavault here, and then just using Vapor Snag in their turn and hoping that that's enough. I basically just have to use Vapor Snag and whatever's carrying the Shadow Spear. Lord of Atlantis was a good draw off the top. Okay. Sure. Okay. That should just do it. They can block Mutavault here, and then they just die. Alright. See, look, we had it the whole time. Alright, but now we're on the draw here. It might be a little bit sketchier, so, we'll see. On the draw, I kind of might want this Counterspell. I don't know. Maybe. We have 23 creatures here. We did not see a single fucking Spreading Seas like this entire time. Alright. The Dockhand is sort of fine because it deals with Ink Moth. I don't know if there's anything, like... I guess, yeah, there is a problem with Counterspell that we have to, like, leave up mana to do stuff. They'd have Stoneforge Mystic, yeah, and the thing is, like, if they play Stoneforge on turn 2, like, on the play, then the Counterspell doesn't do anything. But the thing is, if they don't play it on turn 2, then, like, having Counterspell for the Stoneforge is actually really good. That's the difference. Maybe I don't know. It is so hard to say. All right, I'm gonna play 1. All right, we'll just take out the other Silvergill. Oh god. Look at this hand is like so fucking close. Like if we just need a blue land. We have a Dismember. We're gonna get to draw 2 cards, but like we have like everything that we need. It's just accept a land. Alright. They kept 7 cards in hand. Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna gamble. We have Dismember, and like even if we draw Mutavault, maybe Spreading Seas will be enough. Come on, we need to fucking kill this stupid Urza Saga with this Spreading Seas. So badly. There's Esper Sentinel, that's gonna be rough. Oh my god, beautiful. Okay. We're definitely going to be Spreading Seasing this Urza Saga. Take 1. They're going to get to draw a card, but so what? Oh, God, that's even better. Alright, well, we definitely have to seize this thing. You can draw a card, but you're not getting your stupid, your equipment in play. Make your token, that's fine. Look, they have 1 non-land in play here. We can afford to take a hit and then Hurkyl's recall them, and then hopefully that will just buy us a bunch more time. Okay. They're just, yeah, okay, they just have a bunch of zeros. That's pure steel. Yeah, it's a guy. He does a thing. I'm probably just going to have to burn recall this turn. Sure. Let's see if they make the construct token first. Oh, are you going to get greedy here? Show me your infinite greed. Go ahead, attack me. You don't want to do that. Okay, see, now I kind of think I'm supposed to Trickster the token and then just have Trickster, like, block Pure Steel. Diamond Hand now. Look at this. They can't equip at instant speed, so, like, this is my opportunity to use Trickster to kill off this thing. And I'm gonna take it. I'm willing to take 2 damage to get rid of Pure Steel. And again, I don't have to do a damn thing here. Because they're definitely going to just make another construct token before this thing pops, and then Hurkyl's Recall is just going to screw them. I have to do this, I think, in combat, so they can't use the Springleaf Drum mana. I think we're in really good shape here. Like, Hushbringer? How much do I care about this? So they got a Colossus Hammer. Does this even matter? Like, I don't think it does. We don't have anything for this. I don't really want to burn a counterspell on that, so... Alright, attack. So I guess I just bounce everything here, and, do I even have to? Like... I mean, I could just, like, Vapor Snag this token. That's totally possible. I feel like I'm supposed to burn Recall, though. Like, this is not a bad time to do this. I don't want them drawing cards. Sure. You can play all the 0 drops again, but, like, you lost your 7/7, and, yeah, like, I think that was fine. Alright, it's not bad. I think here I just play a Master and pass. So we know what they have here, so I could risk it and play Dockhand, try to go on the counter offensive, but on the off chance they find like Sigarda's Aid, I need to keep up like Vapor Snag. This thing is a 10-turn clock. It's not that scary. I have to be careful about using this Dismember though. Yeah, but if they go like Sigarda's Aid into Colossus Hammer, then I'll be very happy that I left up this. So the Esper Sentinel basically can't attack. Okay, I don't know why you're playing this. Oh, you have Pure Steel Paladin? I mean, okay. It's not ideal. So they drew another one of these. All right. Well, I mean, they could. Oh, they're gonna equip it to Esper Sentinel. Okay. I care about that? I don't think I do. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna chump block this and dismember this thing, and then just bounce the Esper Sentinel. Because they will just re-equip this thing. Like, I have to block and dismember right now. Before they can re-equip it. So if I let it go to second main phase, then they can just re-equip it to like Ornithopter, and then or like even this thing. That would be bad. Mutavault's fine. All right. I'm gonna need to do something about this soon, but there's a possibility Memnite might attack me. So if I play the Rishadan Dockhand, can I play like Snag? I can't like play Snag, pay one, and they might get to draw another card. That's what I'm concerned about. I'm thinking about if I take an extra damage from this Memnite, it's going to take a full turn off of my clock, so... And Merfolk Trickster can't get rid of this, so like I need another Snag to deal with this. So it's getting tighter here, and I have to figure out a way to get a clock into play. I might just have to let them draw a card, and I don't really like that, but that's probably I think I'm supposed to play Hexcatcher, Dockhand, and Snag, yeah. I agree. Because that's the only way that I can realistically try to race this thing. Because Dockhand can at least keep the Memnite from attacking me. I can deal with this thing, and then, yeah. They get to draw a card, whatever, but then I can at least play Hexcatcher. Well, we don't have a choice here. We have to do this now. No, I'm not paying 11. Yeah, I'm not paying 11 mana for that, so there's nothing I can do about that. We're 2-0 right now, so we're in game 3 against Hammer Time. Oh my god, okay. There's a Hushbringer in play that's like threatening us. All right, so our opponent doesn't really have anything going on right now. So there's a chance for us to still come back here. It's gonna be rough though. We have to like come up with a plan quickly. Force of Negation is good. That probably means we play Master and attack with everything. Because I don't have time to play Scared. They could like double block Hexcatcher if they want, but I'm not worried about that at all. I have to kill them fast. Oh fuck me. All right. They can pay for it too. I mean, yeah, path is a thing. I can't sacrificing Hexcatcher is not a I don't think I can afford to sacrifice anything there. Yeah. Oh, they're not even going to trade a Memnite or anything. Okay. I'm just dead, right? Yeah, that's 4 damage. Okay, well, they had Path, so what are you going to do? It was close. It was a very, very close game, so... That was their last card, I think, that we didn't know about. Gotta turn this on. Ah, Hammer is gonna be tough always, but, like... I think we got stuck on lands for a few turns, so that made it a little awkward, but it was still a game, and, I don't feel like I'm, like... I don't feel like I don't have a chance. I don't know how much the blue-white version is still being played, but I think obviously because they have Hollowed Fountains will be a little bit better against that one. It's worse than Affinity though, because at least against Affinity you can play stuff like Collector Oof or Hurkyl's Recall, and they just literally have nothing. But like against this deck, they actually do have a bunch of like not artifact spells to play, like Pure Steel Paladins, and they have like Path to Exiles and Stoneforge Mystics, so it's rough. Hammer Time has been one of the top 3 decks basically since Modern Horizons 2. That is insane. It has very, very much held that title as like one of the top 3 decks, for a very, very long time now, and I don't think it's going to change anytime in the near future. Not even banning Lurith did anything to stop it, so... This is not a very good hand. Like, we have 4 lands, and I really don't want to have to, like, pitch something to trick or this Force, so I'm going to mulligan this. This hand's much better. We just pitch a Force, or we get rid of a Force here, and we have much more pressure, so I'm a lot happier with this. And even Cavern of Souls, so that helps. That's cool. Yeah, it was good before Urza Saga too. Like, that's absolutely a thing. It was a little bit more janky, but like Urza Saga is an insane card. And I remember, I think in the first like 2 games we didn't even... Did we get to... I think we maybe blew up... Did we... Fuck, I don't think we blew up a single Urza Saga in all 3 of those games, did we? Maybe 1? Like, definitely not in the first 2 games, and that was pretty rough. Alright. Well, they mulled to 6. Okay, well, we're gonna keep 6, so... Definitely, like, if we had a Spreading Seas effects in, like, game 2 or game 1, that would have helped a hell of a lot. Yeah, we stole game 2. Oh, they're mulling to 4? What is this, Tron? Or, like, what is... Usually, when the opponent mulls to 4, that means Force of Negation is strong. Are you fucking... This is like Amulet Titan. That has to be. I don't know. We're definitely not letting this happen. Fuck that. Alright. Merfolk. I'm not letting you expedition map your way out of this one. I feel like this has to be Amulet Titan. I guess it could theoretically be Tron, but either way, I don't really want to take the chance. Dismember, okay. Sure. I kind of think that we're just supposed to play Dockhand here, and then just tap down their lands for a while. So if we draw another land, we can use Dockhand plus play a creature. So, like, this should be helpful. They're going to lose this, so they get an expedition map. What are you going to do with it? Oh, no, this is Eldrazi Tron! Oh, God. Okay, well, then definitely we need this fucking Dockhand, because we're not going to... We need them not to be getting, like... They got another Eldrazi Temple, so... I need them not to be playing creatures, so I have to tap this thing in the upkeep. Come on, land! Okay, I'll take it. Okay. So on their upkeep, I'm just gonna Dockhand and tap down Temple so they, like, can't do anything with it. No like, Thought-Knot Seers this turn, please. Okay, you can 1 mana in your upkeep. Oh, they're gonna dismember again. Okay, sure. Okay, you got it. Dismember again. All right, relic. So they have like Thought Knot or something in hand. Is that what's going on? I guess I don't care. My graveyard is not important to me in the slightest. I guess I play Silvergill Adept because if I draw the land, I can just play Trickster. If they have Thought Knot Seer. Okay, I mean, that's also fine. That means Silvergill Adept will be 4 power if they take that, or otherwise Yeah, if they have Thought Knot, I don't think it matters what they take here, so... Hexcatcher means that Silvergill can attack into Thought Knot Seer, and Trickster means that both Silvergill and Master can. Oh, if they're drawing a card here, then that means they don't have it. Even better. Chalice. Why? Chalice on 1 does absolutely nothing. I guess it turns on Vapor Snag, but like I have Cavern of Souls. Whatever. I don't need this. Fuck. My God. All right. I guess I just play Hexcatcher. I think it's my best way to win this game. Whatever. Attack and like you're just gonna die next turn, so you can't like cast all his dust here. Actually, I think you can, right? Because you have Cavern of Souls. Like I guess that theoretically could work. Okay, this does nothing. This is so fucking pointless. You're still dead. You have no outs to this. I don't need to do anything here because you can just block Silvergill Adept and you die. Okay, sure. Hellsinger Metal literally just dropped and I'm playing Fishy. I mean, I guess. Thank you for subbing again. You are my most loyal subber on this channel. I don't even like solicit people to subscribe to this channel, but I really appreciate it if you do. All right. I don't do this for money, but it definitely does help. So if you choose to subscribe, I really appreciate it. But only if like you really feel the need to. So it's Doom as a rhythm game. Interesting. Okay. Well, we just fucking destroyed Eldrazi Tron in game 1. Alright, so what is our plan here for game 2? Because it actually looks like a lot of this is very strong against them. I think Vapor Snag is coming out because they do have Chalice. And they're likely going to put it on 1. I mean, yes, we're going to win, but like, what do we want? I think we want Dismember. Because we need to be able to kill like Thought Knot and Reality Smasher. I mean, Subtlety is also pretty good, and so is like Force of Negation. Force is okay. They might have like Karn, but I might just have to bank on Subtlety being alright. Like, yeah, Counterspell is not going to be that great, but I think Subtlety will be, so. I think Svyelun is fine. I don't know how especially great it is because this can be sometimes this is a really clunky matchup, and then sometimes it's like they just have the absolute nuts. So, all right, yeah. So you can use it on the Titan, but remember a lot of the Eldrazi like have cast triggers. So if they're like getting to the point where they're casting one of those things, like the Subtlety doesn't matter that much. They do have Urza Saga, which means that Spreading Seas does seem pretty cool. But I am willing to bet they're going to Chalice me on 2. Still, blowing up Urza Saga with this is definitely not a bad idea. I don't want... yeah, again, I don't want Counterspell, I think, because of, like, Cavern. But I am tempted to bring this in. I just don't know what I would take out for it. Yeah, I have actual Counterspell, but they have Cavern, so... It's never going to counter, like, Thought Knot when I really need it to. It can hit some stuff like Karn, so that is fair, but we're running out of time here. I guess I could take out Dockhand, but I think I'm gonna... Alright, submit. I'll take out one Silvergill and one Svyelun. They might have Walking Ballista, so Silvergill is not as great, but I don't know, we'll see. I feel like we should be able to beat them pretty easily. You know what? I don't want to say that. Like, Eldrazi Tron, its power very much depends upon how good you are at drawing, like, off the top of your deck. Like, if you are really good at the slot machine game, then, and you can just naturally just draw Tron, the deck is fucking awesome. Alright, I have to keep this, so. Alright, but I'm probably using this Tide Shaper on this Tron land next turn, so. It looks like they're going to have Tron up. I'm just hoping they don't have Dismember. Do it on the power plant, I guess. No, they don't have Dismember. Okay, so they were going for like turn 3 Tron, but they didn't have it. Alright. So now I probably have to just start jamming Lords to keep this thing alive. Look, they fucking had it. I knew it. Alright, Matter Reshaper. Well, I have Island Walk right now, so this is not the end of the world. I'm more concerned about stuff like Reality Smasher and Thought-Knot Seer. That's what the Subtlety's for. This thing, I am just going to play a Lord and Island Walk past it. That's the plan. Or if they go for, like, Walking Ballista on turn 4, then hopefully I can just Subtlety it, so... Alright. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Them not having Dismember is pretty huge. If they play Karn, I can Subtlety that as well. Oh, fuck, they have Power Plant. Oh, God, they have 8 mana here. Alright. So I need them to tap out big, basically. Look, they just... This is what I was saying! If you're really good at just top decking, like, this deck makes you feel like a fucking genius. Alright. So, Subtlety is getting flashed in on literally anything that they're playing right now. No, thank you. I would prefer that you did not do this. Saying you should never play Tron or you become... Yeah, you are exactly the kind of person in my life that needs to never play Tron, or I will never win another tournament again. You have, like, that insane devil's luck. Oh, look, they top deck Dismember here. God, alright, whatever. Okay, I guess. Well... I guess I could just take them off of Tron again. That seems like a reasonable plan. Sure, do you have another Urza's Mine? I could trade with it, but I don't really want to right now. I want to wait until I can play Master of the Pearl Trident and then attack for a lot. No, yeah, go ahead and run fucking a one of Sword of Fire and Ice, please. That's all I need in my life. Thought-Knot Seer, yeah, we have to Subtlety this. Because I have to get this Master of the Pearl Trident in play. Without Master, I don't have any hope of killing them. I need the Island Walk damage. If I can top deck a land and attack with Mutavault for like 9 Island Walk, that would be the tits. Okay, that's still fine. It still threatens to kill them, like, in 2 turns, so... If they just play like another Thought-Knot Seer, it doesn't actually do anything. And drawing a land next turn is still very good, no matter what they do here. I mean, I guess I could have hit the other power plant. That's true. Okay, I mean, they can destroy Master of the Pearl Trident, but now if I just top deck a land, I just win, so don't think it matters. Alright, land off the top wins the game. It's not a land. Attack Ugin, attack their... Actually, well, this is definitely attacking them. I guess the question is, do I care if they use Ugin or not? It can't minus again this turn. And putting them at 1 means that Mutavault can kill them, theoretically, if I... No, I don't think it makes a difference. I was just thinking about, like, if there's some possibility that, like... I don't know, if they wipe the board and then I don't have Subtlety to protect me. Is them being at 1 a big deal or not? I feel like I should just kill Ugin. Well, they can't cast Dismember either way because they're at 4, so... I don't think it matters a whole lot. They have a lot of really bad draws this turn, so they have 2 cards here, so they have to find something like incredible right now. Like, I don't think a Shadow Spear by itself would be enough. They have to find removal of some kind. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna get. All right, Expedition map. I guess. Oh, they can get Blast Zone. Okay, that actually makes sense. Fuck, I didn't think about that. Blast Zone's gonna take away my Island Walk. Okay, you know what? You're right. I should have probably put them to 1. They're gonna play it. They can kill off my Tide Shapers here. They literally have to use their whole turn to do this though, right? They have to tap 3 lands, and then that means... Okay. I guess I just need to top deck a land now. That was real bad. Yeah, it was real bad. Alright. Crack the Waterlogged Grove, but I don't know what I'm looking for with this. I guess if I find another Merfolk, I can play the Silvergill and still have this up for next turn. They're going to kill this, and they're going to have like 1,000,000 mana, so I'm going to have to use Subtlety. Well, putting them to 1 wouldn't change it. Well, no, actually, putting them to 1 would have, because I could attack with the Mutavault, and then it still would kill them. Yeah, you're right. Like, well, no, it wouldn't, because they could have plussed Ugin to make a blocker, right? So it actually wouldn't change anything. Yeah. I'm thinking that I'm supposed to crack the Grove. Or not. No, cracking the Grove doesn't do anything here, so. That's true. Okay, you know what? I agree. I attack with the Mutavault and the Lord. They can block 1, they go to 2, and then they have to do something, and Subtlety will stop them. Yeah, alright, never mind this. I agree. Alright, let's do this. Alright, they have, let's put the pressure on them to do something. And hope that Subtlety is going to be enough. Whatever they leave us with is going to hopefully kill them next turn. No, I was a mana short from, like, I was thinking about, like, cracking the Grove, but then, like, if I draw a Merfolk, I couldn't actually play Silvergill this turn, so fuck it, doesn't matter. So here they have to, like, block, they have to, or I guess, it doesn't matter which one they block. I guess they can block Mutavault and go to 2. But if they just play, like, 1 creature, then Subtlety just wins. No, look, you don't have to, I just need a minute to calculate it, that's all. So, We would figure it out eventually. Alright. So they have to do this. Yeah, they can, like, block Mutavault, which I think they'll do here. Go to 2, and then Lord of Atlantis kills them. No, they're going to block Lord. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, you know what? Maybe they have Pithing Needle in their deck. That could be why they're doing this. So they go to 1. Alright. Chalice of the Void. Alright. Well, Chalice and 2 definitely could be a thing, so... Well, again, like, this wouldn't have happened if we didn't... Like, if we had... Yeah, this would have just made a 2-2, so... We wouldn't be able to, like, do anything here otherwise. They can... okay, so here they can make a blocker if they want. So... They're at 1, but... Oh, they're adding a mana. Okay, interesting. They are getting the Pithing Needle, though, and they're going to name Mutavault, so that's fair. Alright. So, we have to be careful. I guess the best thing that can happen is if they just play, like, Reality Smasher right now. If we can find a land and play Subtlety next turn, that would be a way to win this. But I need to not have to burn this in this turn, so... they don't have too many of these in their deck, so I'm like, if they play Thought-Knot Seer, that's bad. They'll take Subtlety and probably... They have, like, a bajillion mana, and we have to see what they're going to do with it. But if they just play, like, a bunch of, like, dumb creatures like Matter Reshaper and whatnot, then that might be okay. They could just have a bunch of lands in their hand, so... We know one of the cards is a Chalice. It doesn't... They'll probably think about what number they need to put Chalice on. If they cast Ulamog, they cast Ulamog. Like, what are you going to do? That's life. Karn the Great Creator. Fuck. Alright, I don't have a choice. I have to. Like, if I evoke Subtlety, like, I don't have any actual way to win, so... They probably are. They're thinking about, like... Yeah, they got Wormcoil Engine? Okay. Is there any way that, like, I can beat this? What do I have here? If I Subtlety this thing, like, do I have a chance? Or if I leave this... Oh, you know what? Okay, I do have Merfolk Trickster, so, like, I could theoretically draw Trickster and then tap this thing, and that could be a way to win. I don't think I have any other options, though, because, like, if I evoke Subtlety here, I don't know how much, like, the same kind of applies. Yeah, I kind of need Trickster off the top. No matter what I do. I guess if I evoke it this turn, I can like theoretically top deck a not Trickster creature. Then they play it, and then next turn I can draw Trickster, so I'm pretty sure I have to do this now. So, yes. You are correct. If I evoke, I have effectively 2 draws, so... Alright. What do we got? That is a thing that does a thing. Oh, whoops. Hold on. Undo. It's a creature, so... And if it attacks, I have another chance to draw a Trickster. They can just slam Wormcoil again. Alright, so if they have no other creatures, then I might get there. I guess they might be playing Ensnaring Bridge here. Fuck. Oh, if they play Bridge, they can't attack, so that gives us time to draw Otawara. Playing Ensnaring Bridge would actually not be the worst. Liquid Metal Coating. Okay. Ah, that sucks. All right. All right. So what they're gonna go after my island here. That's smart. So we need to draw like blue land into Trickster off of this attacking. That's realistically the only way. I think I'm supposed to draw a card with this right now. That was not the correct one to target, I think, because... Alright, we have to draw island plus Trickster here, so if I draw an island off of this, yeah, we have to crack this right now. This is our last best hope. Come on. Okay, there's the island, so we have 2 draws for Trickster, and if we find Trickster, we win. Okay! Are we ready to take our gamble at this? Alright. Come on. Just one time. Oh god, no, that's not the one. Alright, we're dead. We lose. Damn it. How close were we? Nope. Alright, we didn't get there. We had a line, but it didn't work, so we really tried. I can't sacrifice it to nothing. Like, you have to have a spell in order, like, on the stack to sacrifice it, so it doesn't work that way. No, I can't. Yeah, right, yeah. So we really gave it our best shot. All right. Well, we get to be on the play here. So, notably, they did keep in Chalice of the Void, so we did see that. Which means, yeah, all right. I think here on the play, we want to be way more aggressive. Excuse me. Alright, I'm taking Svyelun out in the play. Bringing in the Force, because if they play Expedition map, I want to force the fuck out of that. I don't... Hurkyl's Recall is definitely also something I'm considering bringing in. The only problem is because if they have Chalice of the Void, they are going to play it on 2, almost definitely. And it's going to turn off this. So if our primary goal is to like bounce bridge, this is not going to do the job. I don't know, like, Snag is in this weird spot where it's, like, good against, like, half of their hands, and it's really bad against the other half. And I think that basically every other card that we have right now is probably better. If they have Bridge, we do have counters for it. Maybe we want Counterspell. Take out Silvergill Adept, maybe? It's true, like, Vapor Snag would have won, but yeah, I don't... Chalice on 1 is also something they might do just to turn off Aether Vial, so we have to be concerned about that. Maybe I just take out, like, Silvergill Adepts here for the counter spells. So we might need to try to aggressively counter, like, Karn or something. This hand is okay, but it is... I don't know, it's... There's a lot of mana and not a lot of pressure. If they have, like, a single Dismember, we're probably lost, and we can't counter, like, Expedition map. I don't really want to play this on turn 1 either, because I want to nail the Urza Saga with it. Do have the Cavern of Souls in case they're on a Chalice hand. It's pretty close, but, like, it's not a lot to go on. Alright, I'm gonna keep this, but I'm not sure about this at all. If they go off on, like, Urza Saga, then I'm gonna feel like a genius, and if they don't, then I'm gonna feel like a moron. And again, if we just top deck like 2 lands, we're dead. I don't know. It's... Definitely mulliganing is an option, but I'm gambling here. On 6 cards, I would probably keep it, and that's why. Like, it would be still really hard. I could go either way, but like, yeah, that's exactly where I'm at. Where it's like, if this were 6 cards, like, I'm on the very like borderline of like, I think I would probably keep this. So that's why I'm going with this. If they mulligan to 6, that makes me feel a little bit better. The problem is like Force of Negation is only going to be useful against like Karn. I can't afford to like counter an Expedition map or something like Dismember. So if they have either one of those, then they're just going to get to play them. I need them to play like Urza Saga right here, so I can just kill it with Tide Shaper. Urza's mine. Okay, well, fuck. All right. All right. Well, I have to like get this in play so that way if they play say like Eldrazi Temple plus Matter Reshaper next turn, I have Islands Walk to attack through. So they have Dismember. They have Dismember. All right. They do not have Dismember. That makes me feel a little bit better. Means they are not gonna like natural Tron here. God damn it. Yeah, I have to let it resolve. Like I can't afford to throw away my only pressure. Well, it looks like it would have been okay, but they have to waste like all next turn to do it. They had to have just top decked this, so all right. I don't know. If they have to spend all next turn finding a land with this thing, then maybe we're in okay shape. Look, they found the tower too. Oh my god. All right. Sure. I'm good at Magic. Okay. So I need to draw a blue card. That's not really a blue card. So I have to. If they're gonna play a Planeswalker, and I have to force them to negate it. And if I play Master, I can't force it. So probably here we just play Mutavault, attack for 3. Yeah, they can very easily just like play Karn this turn, and I need to be able to force Karn if they have it. Well, maybe not, because I guess they'd still have to play like another land, right? They can find it this turn. Yeah, well, no, they can, because if they find the other Tron land, they can search for a mine and then like have 5 mana up for that. So yeah, this is how we have to do this, just so we don't put the shields down against Karn. But it's also equally possible that they have like Thought-Knot Seer, and then this is the wrong play. So I guess that's less devastating if that's true, because I'd probably still just take Master of the Pearl Trident, and we're still protected against Karn. Karn is the card here that beats us. Whereas next turn, if we just play like Island, Master the Pearl Trident, it's probably winning. Maybe their hand is just really bad, though. Who knows? We'll see what line they go for here. So what, next turn there's a possibility we attack for like 11 damage. Maybe. Let's see. Yeah, this is the best we can do, so we're trying. Our hand wasn't amazing, but they mulled to 6, and they seem like they're not sure what to do here. I'm guessing that they're worried about a force right now. They're trying to figure out if they can beat it. But there's, yeah, alright, we just have, oh, they play the Wastes, okay! Here we go, Thought Knot time? It has to be. Like, the Chalice on 2? This card does fucking nothing against me. I have Cavern of Souls. Okay, I don't have to worry about that at all. That was like the best possible way this turn could have happened. Okay. This turn I will definitely hold up Force of Negation. Dude, that was fucking terrible. That was absolutely not what you wanted. Okay, so this is awesome because now it means I get to attack with everything and I get to have Force of Negation up. So I think we're basically just winning here. We have Island Walk still, so like I don't have no need to like actually play this here. So I just Island Walk and deal a bajillion damage, leave him at 2. He can't cast Dismember anymore, and we have Force of Negation, so like I don't know what his plan is, but I'm hoping that this is good enough. A Blast Zone on 1 is not going to do it. You're at 3, and I'm attacking you with very lethal, so... Putting a charge counter on Blast Zone, that does nothing. Okay, you're just destroying all the 1s? Okay. That does nothing. You lose. You can't Dismember me. You have Tron up. That is... I mean... So, like, Spatial Contortion, I guess, is technically online, but, like, even that's not enough. Okay. So, I have enough mana here. I guess I just animate Mutavault and attack. I need to keep up at least 3 for Force of Negation in case they do something. I guess I could just play another Master. No, I don't know. Does it matter here? They get rid of 1 Lord and they, like... I'm pretty sure all roads lead to victory here, so I don't think that there's anything they can do for 3 mana that I can't force. Yeah. Like this is all just winning. Play Master and spit on them to make my that might be a little bit excessive, but from Svyelun with love. All right. Good games, opponent. There we go. Eldrazi Tron in the year of our Lord 2022. All right, well, we beat Eldrazi Tron. It's been a long time since we've actually played against that deck, but we managed to get there. They made it a little bit tough, but we got there, so. All right, you got your Gangnam Style. All right, here we go. Last round. Let's do this. We are on the draw, and this hand is fucking awful. This is terrible. We can't cast anything. We have to mulligan. This is not a whole lot better, to be honest. Excuse me. I am very much considering just keeping this and then just putting Svyelun on the bottom and praying that we draw our second land. Because if we draw any lands, we can cast everything else in our hand. Alright, what do you got? Modern is pet deck central. Alright. Oh, god damn it, it's hammer time again. Alright, well, we have Vapor Snag, so that's not nothing. Alright, we do find another land, so that's a plus. I'm gonna play the Tide Shaper because I think that's important to play the creatures while we can. We can confirm as a recovering Gift Storm player that quit the foray as pet deck central. Yeah, well, this isn't Hammers is hard, but we have a kind of clunky draw. Oh, they're playing Relic. That's got to be good news, right? Fuck me, they played Urza Saga, and we don't have the Tide Shaper to blow it up now. I'm absolutely gonna just trade with this thing. Fuck it. Get out of here. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Relic is a tutor target. Well, next turn we can either play Hexcatcher or the Adept and then still have Vapor Snag up. Yeah, they're not going to attack here. That would be dumb. I think we just... what's going to happen here? We're going to make a token. I could attack, but the problem is that they'll have 4 artifacts, so this is going to make a 4/4 and that will just block here. Which means I will be forced to use the snag now, and then they have to decide what to do, but then, yeah, I'm not going to have it. I'm probably going to need to snag that token anyway, though, so it's not like a huge loss if that happens. The only difference is that if they get the, yeah, I'm probably not, like, I'm either getting in 3 damage or they're throwing away a Memnite. They're probably going to get Shadow Spear, and I guess the only question is if they're going to use mana to equip it or not. I think that I'm supposed to play the other Adept right now. Because that, yeah, you're correct. I can play 2 Lords next turn. So, I don't believe I attack here. I think I just play Adept. I will show them Lord of Atlantis. Alright. And, yeah, we have to hold up Vapor Snag in case they do something ridiculous, but... yeah, they're going to get a token here. They might not equip the Shadow Spear this turn. They may instead just opt to use it on the Construct token. Or, I mean, to just make a second one. Yeah, so... I'm still not very happy about that. It'd be better if I could draw a Trickster so I can kill the other thing. They do have the Shadow Spear here. They can't equip it at the moment. That is a big hit. The problem is, like, they're gonna attack with 2 of these things next turn as well. I think I just have to snag this. There's nothing I can really do about it. I might draw a Trickster. I might draw another Vapor Snag, so... I don't think I want to block this thing. I'm pretty sure I'm just playing 2 Lords and attacking. Well, or no, I don't have Island Walk, right? So that's also rough. If I trade with this thing, this gets smaller at least, so instead of 7, I only get hit for 6. It's actually a pretty difficult choice. I think I just take 1. Alright, we need to pray that we find an answer to this stupid construct. Trickster or Snag would do the job. Actually, Otawara would technically work too. We have that as an out. It's not really the one. Alright. I can either crack the Grove and try to find the answer to this thing, which seems ideal to me, or I can play 2 Lords. I can't realistically attack into this because I don't have Island Walk, so I'm sort of inclined to just actually crack the Grove and see if I can find an answer. Worst case, I play a Lord of Atlantis, and then I'm just going to get hit for a bunch of damage from this thing. But yeah, if I find Trickster next turn, it's not going to work because this thing will still get +1/+1, so it won't actually die. Alright, so I'm going to take a chance. Yeah. Fuck. Alright, well, they know I have a Lord of Atlantis, so I may as well play it. Not ideal, but whatever. We gotta do what we gotta do. We're gonna get hit for a bajillion with this thing. We could still potentially find a Vapor Snag next turn to deal with this. Or an Otawara. That's still an out, so... Ooh, that's rough. Draw 2 is never fun. That also means that they have a flying thing that can carry the spear, so they can keep getting damage. Oh, playing the Hollowed Fountain is a sign of strength. I'm guessing that means they probably have, like, Path to Exile. Or maybe that's just the only other land they have, and if they want to curve out, they need to do this. So they're just hoping they can race here, because they're going to gain a bunch of life back, so I guess they think they can outrace us here. So they probably are correct. A 9-point life swing is not an insignificant thing. But I have to find something like exactly this turn or I'm just dead. Because I don't think I can deal 26 to them. I don't think that's the one, like... Yeah, playing a Lord here in a Hexcatcher doesn't really do it. That's only 5, 5, and 4. I think we're kind of in the same scenario where we need, like, Trickster still, or Snag. So I probably have to play Grove, crack it, and pray, and if not, then we just have to play a Lord and hope that we can stay alive somehow. Alright. That was not the one. Yikes. Okay, well, we're getting hit for 4 in the air plus this. Oh my god. I don't think we can survive this. Like, I'm pretty sure that no matter what, we've just lost the game. I guess the question is it worth continuing? Like, our absolute best case scenario is that we, like, throw all of our creatures in front of this thing, trade with it, and then they, like, we're at 6 and they can just equip the Shadow Spear to this, and I don't think that's going to matter, because, like, at 6 life, we're not erasing this with that one there, so that's not going to do it. Alright. However, it should be a little bit better post-board. We have Hurkyl's Recall, we have Spreading Seas to kill off Urza Saga, and we want Dismember. I don't really think I want Svyelun for this match. His name is, in fact, Girth God. Yeah. I don't think this deck plays, like... No, I want to say that they don't actually have, like, Sigarda's Aid here. I'm pretty sure that they're just playing, like, a pile of artifacts. So... The Force of Negation might not be that important. I think they do have, like, Portable Hole, but that's not that big a deal. I think Force can come out. Yeah, this is very similar to, like, the Legacy version of 8-cast, except this is 2 colors instead of just, like, 1, so... Yeah, I don't think they play, like, the Hammer Time package, so... Yeah, I agree that... And usually Force is only necessary if they're playing, like, the enchantment. I don't even think they're playing Stoneforge Mystic, to be honest. Well, we are 3-1 right now. This is game 2. We are up against the blue-white artifact deck. We lost game 1. We had chances in game 1 if we could have ripped Trickster or Vapor Snag, but we didn't quite get there, so... It's rough, but that's just how it is sometimes. So we're going to game 2, and we're going to see how we can do this. The only other question is if I want to have, like, Counterspell in here, which, again, I'm not sure that I do, because they do have stuff like Metallic Rebuke, so I don't know how reliable our Counterspell would even be. I think I'd rather have more proactive things than reactive things here. Dockhand is definitely not necessary by any means. It's not terrible, but it's like not necessary at all. But I think I will keep it on the play. We'll run it like this and see how it goes. Alright, let's go. Fuck. This is another one of those hands where it is like super fucking tempting to keep this. I don't know if we can. We have Dockhand and we can use it. Again, it's a handful of really good stuff, but if we don't find that second land, it's probably not going to win. I think, as sad as it is, I think on the play I need a better hand than this. This is not really much better, but I'm going to keep this. I'll have to put an Aether Vial on the bottom, but it's... At least, like, I have 2 lands, so no matter what I draw, I'm going to be able to cast it. And, like, Trickster's not bad. Master's not bad. Fuck, if they're going to waste a Portable Hole on one of my 2 Aether Vials, that is fine with me. Sure. Good for you, opponent. You hit the absolute worst possible card you could get with this. Play Aether Vial, and I'm going to keep the Tide Shaper for the Urza Saga that we know is coming. For sure. It's gonna happen. I can feel it. Springleaf Drum, okay. They always fucking find Urza Saga, and I need to keep this for when they inevitably do. Sure, Thoughtcast. This card does a thing. That's not bad. Okay. Pretty sure I'm supposed to either just play Trickster or Master. They can't counter it right now. They might have removal, but I can't really do anything about that if they do. So I think I'm just playing Master while they're tapped out. So they don't have, like, Metallic Rebuke up, so let's do this while we can. Okay, that's not really that scary. It's a 4/4, but, like, I can also just bounce it or tap it down with Trickster, so... Did not play an Urza Saga. Interesting. Fuck. Alright, well, they had Dispatch. Alright. Yeah, goodbye, Master. Alright, Now, I am going to be disciplined with this fucking Tide Shaper, because the second that I play it, they're going to play the Saga. I know it. It happens every time. And I am not going to fall into this trap. Alright, Merfolk. Okay. I will just Trickster this thing down this turn. And then hopefully just try to get them to a point where I recall them at end of turn and they have to, like, discard a bunch of stuff. They're in the middle of combat, so all they can do is, like, replay the Memnite, but then they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. They have to discard 4 cards. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to recall them now. It's so hard. I could take a hit for 7. Like, I don't want to. The other thing is, like, also, if I play Trickster here and tap this thing down, when they bounce this hole, they're just going to use it on the Merfolk Trickster. Or I can just recall them, and then I don't have to play the Trickster. See, the question is, did they draw the land? They have not played a land this turn. Alright, I'm going to get greedy. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to put a creature in until they try to recast the Portable Hole. But I would really like to see them have to discard a bunch of the extra cards they got with the Thought Monitor, because it kind of wastes them. And if they didn't find a land, then this was going to be really good. If they play the Memnite and nothing else, like, that's still fine. Excellent! That's good. Okay. Now, look, we just, they have to discard 4 cards here. That's great. Got rid of Ingenious Smith, Thought Monitor, Urza, and then the Springleaf Drum. Okay. We took out Svyelun, so there's no reason to tick this up. Alright. I guess. I gotta play something, I guess, so. They didn't draw Urza Saga off of all their Thought Monitors, so. Okay, this is kind of what I was hoping would happen. They can just eat a Tide Shaper. This thing is unimportant. Aether Spellbomb. Okay. Again, they didn't draw a land, so I'm gonna play another Tide Shaper. Alright, I gotta start trying to pressure them before they... If they haven't found it by now, like, now I have to just take my chances of drawing a Lord here. I'm gonna bounce a creature, most likely, so... Let's say no and no, so I can just vial back in anything that they bounce. That's great. Just hope they don't have, like, Dispatch. They do. Goodbye. What are you gonna do? We have no choice. We have to do what we can here. Alright. It's not a great spot. They have a bajillion cards, and they know they have at least one more Thought Monitor. There's Urza. They have 1,000,000 mana. Which means they can basically play every card in their hand now. Oh god. I think like we've basically lost this game at this point. Like they have way too many cards and we are on empty. Just like the Thought Monitors are probably enough here, but like the construct is not great. They technically could bounce their own Urza to make another construct if they wanted to, but I think better for them is probably bounce the Thought Monitor in order to draw 2 more cards. They can tap an artifact and sacrifice the Aether Spellbomb to get this back. Yeah, this is pretty disgusting. Like, maybe Hurkyl is okay here. But probably, I don't think that's enough. Alright, sure. We have to do something. Yeah, they don't care about that card. They're not going to counter it. I don't think that does anything either. Alright. They have a germ token. They have a construct. Like, we basically just... They have, like, 1,000,000 things to kill us with. our hand for this game was not like terribly amazing. It was pretty clunky, I think. 2 vials and like we didn't have a lot of pressure against them. The portable hole definitely like made it a little bit weird using the recall as well. We're getting attacked for I think we're done here. Like they're attacking for way too much damage. Actually, they probably could just equip the Nettle Cyst to the Thought Monitor, and that would be an even better way to go. But all right, well, we end at 3-2. We lost against Hammer Time, which was actually pretty close, so can't be like terribly upset about that. Like we had a reasonably good chance at winning that, but and this match we definitely just got our shit kicked in. That you saw what happened. Like that's life, I guess. But I don't know. Vapor Snag looked fine. I think I was okay with this card. I mean, it still seemed pretty good against them. Maybe I do need like a third Hurkyl's recall though. Like maybe 3 snags and 3 recalls is a better way to go. Because recall is definitely the stronger card against them, but you still want some snags, like just because it fits the curve a little bit better. And we did see it worked pretty well against the decks. Like it gave us plenty of winning chances against a lot of the stuff, so I was impressed with it. I would say, other than that, like, we didn't get to play against Murktide, so I didn't get to see how this list performed against that, but I would imagine that Vapor Snag's still probably good against them. Rishadan Dockhand was relevant, like, one time, but it could have been relevant more than that, so it's hard. I don't know if that's the card that belongs in that slot or not, but it is something that is nice to be able to play in the face of Wrenn and 6, so it's it's not too bad. So what, we beat Eldrazi Tron, we beat like the 4-color control deck, and God, what was the other deck that we played against? Come on, we know this one. Oh, Scape Shift, yeah, there we go. The Rug Scape Shift deck. So I think Hexcatcher like did pretty well here. It gave us some nice pressure. Do we actually counter any spells with it? I don't remember if we even did. I think we mostly just played it as something. No, I think we countered like a Planeswalker with it at once. I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, Hexcatcher did work. I think that made the shell like Merfolk before. I think was probably unplayable to me in this format. I think this deck is definitely like it is a playable deck. So I don't know that it's necessarily like a great deck, but it is a deck that I wouldn't be like embarrassed to register for an event. So Hexcatcher is definitely an improvement that way. I'm very happy with it. I'm eagerly awaiting my foils to show up. Yeah, they should be getting here within the next few days. But I will post a nice pretty picture of my deck list once I have my paper copies of this card. Other than that, like I think everything else is pretty fine. Like Subtlety and the Sideboard seemed okay to me. Yeah, I like Snag here. Maybe Fading Hope, but like there definitely were scenarios where like Snag was definitely it did basically the same job, and it's kind of up to personal preference whether you prefer the losing 1 life or the getting a scry off of it. So I can't say for sure which one is better, but I think either way having a 1 mana like unsummon card was definitely helpful. So yeah, I don't really have much else to say except that this was fun to play with. It's been a while since like I played Modern and I didn't feel like I was getting completely embarrassed. So yeah, it's nice to have a fish list that I can at least I don't want to necessarily say be like proud of, but like close. I can feel like I'm not making a huge mistake in my life to like play this. Whereas before Hexcatcher, I was kind of more in the latter camp. So I still feel like I'm more interested to play Legacy, especially because I know Nikachu is going to be looking to me for a list to play. So I want to get a little bit more testing in with Legacy before he ends up leaving for Vegas. But also, in the next week or two, I want to play with his Sea and Sky list that plays Spellstutter Sprite and also Vodalian Hexcatcher. because I think that deck looks pretty cool. It's like the normalcy in Skylist, except it has a really strong controlling list. It has more like flash creatures in it. He is also testing like Nimble Obstructionist, which I think is like a fantastic card to play in that deck. But the biggest innovation though is because of Hexcatcher and Spellstutter Sprite. Like Mutavault actually plays very well with both of them because it's a fairy for one, and it's also a Merfolk to throw away to counter stuff with the Hexcatcher, and also gives you more creatures that you can actually use to turn on Indestructible for Svyelun. So yeah, that deck looked pretty cool. So we'll probably be playing that soon, and we'll play more Legacy in the near future. But that is all we've got for right now. But you know who is playing right now, and I know he's playing Merfolk. We're going to go visit Lord Asex, another one of our dedicated fish fam who's been testing with Hexcatcher. So that's where we're going to end it for tonight. If you're watching the replay, please do me a huge favor and click the thumbs up on the video on YouTube. And please, please, please subscribe to the channel. It'd make me feel really, really awesome if you did that. I don't really ask for like money or anything. This is something I do mostly just as a fun hobby, but it would mean a lot to me if you just like the videos and subscribe to them. That's all. That's all I want. Yeah, and I appreciate it for everybody for being here, especially if you are watching this live. Like, this also makes it way more entertaining when I have people to talk to while I'm doing this. So really, really thank you a whole lot. And let's go check out more Merfolk. We're gonna take our stream over there. So thanks everybody for being here. I will see you again next week, everybody.